It's time for Singing Down South with Jonathan Wilburn. Great Southern gospel music and refreshment for your soul. Singing Down South. Here's your host, Jonathan Wilburn.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining me, Jonathan Wilburn, here on another episode of Singing Down South. This program is going to feature a very special person that I'm going to be interviewing, and that's my son, Mr. Jordan Wilburn. Are y'all ready for a little Wilburn and Wilburn? I can't hear you. Then put your hands together, everybody in the house.
You've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like Him. He's a one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like Him. Yeah. You've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like Him. He's a one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like Him. He doesn't walk down the street, He walks on the water. He's the Son of God and the Heavenly Father, the bread of life and the living water. There's nobody like Him. Oh no, you've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like Him. He's one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like Him. For your sin repent, I know the Redeemer. Give your heart to Him, become a believer in the one who is a lost soul receiver. There's nobody like Him. Oh no, you've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like Him. He's one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like, you've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like Him. He's one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like Him. But He's one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like Him. You've never seen anybody like Him. Oh no, you've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like Him. He's one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like, you've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like Him. He's one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like Him. Well, He's one of a kind and He came here to free us, breaking our shackles and forgiving our sin. You've never seen anybody like Him. You've never seen anybody like Him.
Jonathan Wilburn! Good evening. Muhammad was a man who many thought could change their life. Old Buddha said good karma could put an end to strife. But Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, the life, the door. A well of living water where you'll drink and thirst no more. They had one thing in common, they all lived but then they died. But on the third day Jesus rose, and today He's still alive. There's always gonna be somebody making crazy claims, spinning stories, telling tales, they all sound the same. But the story of my Savior stands upon the rock of truth. Cause when it comes to Jesus, I've got living proof. Do you know He's alive, church? Yeah! There are no 10 commandments hanging on the courthouse wall. Somebody said, in God we trust, does not speak for us all. The great deceiver spreads his lies and says that God is dead. There is no power in the cross or the blood our Savior shed. Jesus conquered death and hell. The grave was not enough. He left behind the evidence the day that he got up. Well, there's always gonna be somebody making crazy claims. A finished stories telling tales, they all sound the same. But the story of my Savior stands upon the rock of truth. 'Cause when it comes to Jesus, I've got living proof. He's alive.
He's alive.
You know why? His word will stand behind it.
He's alive.
Well, there's no way to deny it. There's always gonna be somebody making crazy claims. I finished stories telling tales, they all sound the same. But the story of my Savior stands upon the rock of truth. 'Cause when it comes to Jesus, I've got living proof. But the story of my Savior stands upon the rock of truth. 'Cause when it comes to Jesus, I've got living proof. Yes, I do. Woo! I am so honored to have a special guest with me on the show, and that is my son, Mr. Jordan Wilburn. Jordan, thanks for being on with me today.
Well, thank you for having me on here.
I was noticing your hair. You got praise and worship hair going on.
Yeah.
High and lifted up.
Amen.
Amen. But I just want to know that I appreciate you being on and your talent
Thank
and
you.
sharing that with all the folks. And
Yeah, when you were coming on and you said we had Jordan Wilburn here today, it reminded me when I was a kid. Do you remember the video? We were
I
doing
do.
the taping up in North Carolina, and I was sitting here thinking right before the camera came around, I was probably two or three years old, and the camera swung around. They went, Jordan, do you want to say a special hi? You just look into that camera and you say a special hi to your grandma, your grandpa, your dad, and it swung around there, and I went, hi.
yeah, you
That's
sure
all
did.
I said was hi.
Yeah.
They did it 3 or 4 times. Finally, they're like, "Oh." All right.
They gave up on it because I mean they did it again. They
Yeah, like, hi.
they swang around there and they said, no, Jordan, is there anybody special you want to say
Yeah.
hi to? And you went, sure. And they went, okay, go ahead. And you went, hi.
And I wanted to be they asked me if there's anything special I wanted to do when I grew up, and I said, yeah, I was thinking about being a baker man.
Well, yeah, you're far from a baker man.
No, I'm not a baker man.
I'm telling you, you have a hard time with a frozen pizza.
Yeah,
So do I. I'm glad we've got Mom,
Yes,
amen,
and
to
Mama
do our
Lane,
cooking
that's right.
for us. Let me ask you something. Now, this is getting more serious.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a lot of influences in singing, and I know a lot of those influences. But as far as who you have listened to and tried to draw from, who would I know there's more than one. Who are some of those artists?
Some of those artists would be. I was a big fan of the Kingsmen during the Jim Hamill era.
Big Jim Hamill.
Yeah, I loved.
And he loved you.
Yes, he did. We had a good relationship, and he was always very encouraging, and I loved the way he was on stage. You know, one day I wanted to be able to command a stage like Jim Hamill.
Oh, well, that's hard to do.
Yeah. And then Gold City, the era when you and Jay and Mark were there, it was classy.
And Tim.
And Tim Riley, of course. Jay Perrick singing, I always liked his smooth. He could go from that falsetto to his strong tone. I always loved the power.
Yeah.
And golly, there's so many. The Isaacs.
Yeah.
I've always loved their.
And what I love about this, they're not only big influences of yours, they're great friends of our family.
Oh, yes, they are. Always have been since I was
have.
a kid. Who else? Golly,
Michael English.
Michael English. I've always liked
Jason Crabb.
Jason Crabb. Always loved
I mean,
their
you got
singing.
the crab hair.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But there's a lot. There's a lot of people, but those are definitely some that have been big staples in my career.
They have, and when we started singing as Wilburn and Wilburn, I remember Michael English making the statement. He said, your son, he's got a great new sound, but he's got an old heart.
I didn't know what that meant at first.
Well, I know you didn't know what that meant, but I believe that means that you've got old-fashioned ways about you, and that he likes seeing the respect you show toward your peers and the older generation of men and women who sing gospel music. Right. But it's amazing to me to see you go from Baker Man to being here now. And our first album, you know, we got Ben Isaacs, who produced our first album, Family Ties. He's produced all our albums.
Yes, he has.
And the last one is called Shoulders. And that album did well for us.
It did. Had
2 #1 songs.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Who'd ever thunk it?
Yeah.
You know, just amazing what God's done.
Yes, it is.
In our career. And I'm glad you're on the show today, but you know what? It wouldn't be right to bring you on here and not have you sing a song. Can you do that for us?
Sure. Be glad to.
Okay, great. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to ask Jordan right now to step over to the front porch singing area, and I want him to sing a song that I really love. It's called Where the Love of God Is Going to Go. You never know when you show God's love. You know, God's love is greater than Satan's hate. You never know when you show somebody love through the Lord what it's going to do for them.
That's right.
The love of God goes deeper than any addiction. It goes deeper than any pain, any sorrow. His love reaches further. You listen as my son Jordan Wilburn sings right here on Singing Down South, front porch gospel singing.
Yeah.
You never know where the love of God is going to go.
He'd be the last one you'd expect to see walking up those church house steps, hard as a stone and jailhouse mean, Saturday night still on his breath. But we all saw a miracle that day, like watching Lazarus come out of the grave. The love of God, it doesn't stop. It keeps on running straight to the heart, to places dark and deep that seem so out of reach. Oh, you never know where the love of God is gonna go. Hide behind your walls, yeah, that's okay, even if you close and lock the doors. He'll still come knocking anyway, 'cause here's what I know about my Lord. He'll offer grace time and time again, no matter what you've done, no matter where you've been. The love of God, it doesn't stop. It keeps on running straight to the heart, to places dark and deep that seem so out of reach. Oh, you never know where the love of God is gonna go. From the dusty ground of a nowhere town and a manger filled with hay, to the world, to the lost, to a hill, to a cross, all the way to an empty grave. The love of God, it doesn't stop. It keeps on running straight to the heart, to places dark and deep that seems so out of reach. Oh, you never know. The love of God, it doesn't stop. It keeps on running straight to the heart, to places dark and deep that seem so out of reach. Oh, you never know where the love of God is gonna go. Where the love of God is gonna go.
Get ready to set sail on the Music City Show Cruise, February 23rd to the 29th, 2020. Sailing to some breathtaking ports of call: Half Moon Cay, Bahamas, Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, and Grand Turk Island. Cabins on this trip of a lifetime start at just $698. 6 days at sea with your favorite Christian music artists: the Nealons, Jeff and Sherry Easter, the Irwins, the Music City Quartet, Jim and Melissa Brady, Michael English, the Jordan Family Band, Tim Lovelace, Wilburn and Wilburn, The Sound, Jeff Stice, Jim Sheldon the Positive Cowboy, and more. You'll enjoy Bible studies, daily concerts, songwriting sessions, and a piano-only sing-along, luxurious staterooms, an Opry night, and special VIP events. Don't miss out. The Music City Show Cruise, February 23rd to the 29th, 2020. Call and reserve your cabin today. 1-855-346-7735. Visit themusiccityshow.com and sail away with us on the Music City Show Cruise.
Jordan, that is one of my favorite songs that I've ever heard you sing.
Oh, thank you.
He'd be the last one you'd expect to see coming up those church house steps.
That's
How
right.
many people are still praying for loved ones and hoping that one day they'll walk through those doors and give their heart and life to Jesus?
You know, when we do that song live, it always never fails. People come up to the table and they say, I've got a loved one that's, you know, out in the world's not been saved. Pray for this sister. Pray always.
Yes, I've heard them, so I can testify to that fact. You know, we're here singing and carrying on a ministry. You know, Dad, D-Jack, your granddaddy, my dad, Jackie Wilburn, he started in radio about 40 years ago. And I remember going down there as a kid, and my dad loved this music, and he promoted some singings in the Carthage, Tennessee area. And that love of this music has just gone over into us.
Yeah.
I want you to just kind of tell what Dad meant to you.
Yeah, you know, D-Jack and I, we...
Now, D-Jack being your granddaddy.
Yes, people know that. We had a very close relationship. You know, some of our favorite pastimes were sitting around watching football, basketball games. There was not a more fun person to watch a sporting event with Jackie Wilburn. He'd get excited with you and get into it. But then D-Jack, we also I enjoyed playing golf, just being outside. Just D-Jack loved
being outside.
He did. He loved. I always said he loved precision sports. He liked to shoot basketball, stuff you had to aim at.
Golf. He was an incredible pitcher.
Yes, he was. But more than that, D-Jack and I, like you and he did, same. We just connected on a spiritual level, and we love to sit around and talk about things of God.
That was his favorite.
That was his favorite.
I mean, he loved you know, playing golf and sports.
Yeah,
but man, when it came to serving Jesus, that was number one.
That was number one. That's what he loved to talk about.
That's right. And that's why we're doing what we do today.
That's
because
exactly
he's
right.
passed on that legacy and this love for Christ.
And this song, you know, remember we got the demo of this song, and you heard it before I did.
Oh, yeah. Kenna West wrote it.
Yeah, and then once you let me, you said, well, we're going to do this, but I want you to hear it.
Yeah. Yes.
And usually when you say that, it's a good one. And sure enough, I knew once we heard it, we had to
Well, this is
sing
the title cut of our album, Shoulders. And it's written by Kenna West. And, you know, we should all plant shade trees for somebody else to sit under. How many of you out there has someone invested in your life. They're gone. They're dead and gone. And you're still reaping rewards from some dear old saint of God who planted a shade tree that you're enjoying today. Folks, I want you to listen. This song touches my heart. It's simply called Shoulders.
Everybody's got a hero, and I call mine Grandpa. He never had a lot to show for years of working hard. I heard he had a lot of plans he never got to carry out, but I believe there's a part of him alive in me now. What if some dreams aren't made to come true till long after the dreamer's gone? What if sometimes we're simply meant to be shoulders for someone else to stand on? There are doors that some will open, they never will go through, but someone else will journey far, walking in their shoes. So many miles of travel by light that's handed down from the ones who've gone before me. I hope I made them proud. What if some dreams aren't made to come true till long after the dreamer's gone? What if sometimes we're simply meant to be shoulders for someone else to stand on? Maybe all the dead end roads in my life are only stepping stones for my child. What if some dreams aren't made to come true till long after the dreamer's gone? What if sometimes we're simply meant to be shoulders for someone else to stand on? Everybody's got a hero, and I call mine Grandpa.
Get ready to set sail on the Music City Show Cruise, February 23rd to the 29th, 2020. Sailing to some breathtaking ports of call: Half Moon Cay, Bahamas, Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, and Grand Turk Island. Cabins on this trip of a lifetime start at just $698. 6 days at sea with your favorite Christian music artists: the Nealons, Jeff and Sherry Easter, the Irwins, the Music City Quartet, Jim and Melissa Brady, Michael English, the Jordan Family Band, Tim Lovelace, Wilburn and Wilburn, The Sound, Jeff Stice, Jim Sheldon the Positive Cowboy, and more. You'll enjoy Bible studies, daily concerts, songwriting sessions, and a piano-only sing-along, luxurious staterooms, an Opry night, and special VIP events. Don't miss out. The Music City Show Cruise, February 23rd to the 29th, 2020. Call and reserve your cabin today. 1-855-346-7735. Visit themusiccityshow.com and sail away with us on the Music City Show Cruise.
The Music City Show Cruise is something you don't want to miss. Tell them that Jonathan Wilburn sent you. If you need more information, like a free brochure, you can call my office at 256-459-4769. Man, my son did a wonderful job on his song, Shoulders. I'm so thankful to have a son singing songs about Jesus, a father and son singing about the Father and the Son.
Saw a mighty number way up in the middle of the air. I done saw a mighty number way in the middle of the air. Got to mighty move that I done saw a mighty number way up in the middle of the air. I done saw a mighty number way in the middle of the air. Well, there were 3 gates in the east, in the west, and there were 3 gates in the north, there were 3 gates in the south. That's a total of 12 gates to the city, all square wide. Hallelujah, got a mighty move that I just saw a mighty number way up in the middle of the air. I done saw a mighty number way in the middle of the air. Well, John declared that he saw a man. He had 12 bright stars in his right hand. Well, his eyes flashed fire like the burning sun. Oh, John got scared and he wanted to run. Well, he wanted to run, but his speed wouldn't go, 'cause he felt the gospel cutting like a 2-edged sword. Then he heard a voice that said, John, you take a look, then read what you see, then you write it in a book. He saw 12 angels in the east, and there were 12 angels in the west, and there were 12 angels in the north, and there were 12 angels in the south. That's a total of 48 angels in the city, 4 square wide. Hallelujah, got a mighty move that I just saw a mighty number way up in the middle of the air. I just saw a mighty number way in the middle of the air.
Well, John declared that he saw a man. He had 12 bright stars in his right hand.
Well, his eyes flashed fire like the burning sun. Oh, John got scared and he wanted to run.
Well, he wanted to run, but his feet wouldn't go, 'cause he felt the gospel cut like a 2-edged sword. Then he heard a voice that said, John, you take a look,
then read what you see, then you write it in a book. You saw 12 angels in the east, and there were 12 angels in the west, and there were 12 angels in the north, oh, 12 angels in the south. That's a total of 48 angels in the city, 4 square wide. Hallelujah, got a mighty move that I just saw a mighty number way up in the middle of the air. I just saw a mighty number way in the middle of the air.
yeah. I, John, saw a mighty number way in the middle of the air. Jordan, that song gets on the mule and gets on down to town.
It's an old Elvis song.
That is an old Elvis song. We're singing great gospel music here on Singing Down South, and we're glad you have joined us here.
Yeah.
You can listen to us here Thursdays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 p.m., Sundays at 9 a.m., and Mondays at noon. I love this music. It's part of my heritage. And Jordan, we had the privilege. My dad was Jackie Wilburn, your granddad, and Dad, he instilled a love for gospel music to us boys.
Yes, he did.
And I remember many, many, many nights sitting with my dad listening to records. Now, you wouldn't know anything about that, but some of his favorite singers were Red Foley, Tennessee Ernie Ford and Johnny Horton. Do y'all remember Johnny Horton? Well, in 1814, we took a little trip. Y'all all remember that. That was in the days when you could sit and listen to songs like that and not have to worry about vulgar language. You wouldn't have to worry about being embarrassed in front of your children. It was songs about living and about life. And my dad loved those songs. But when it came down to the evening and we were getting ready to go to bed, he'd always say, "Son, play my favorite." See if you remember this one, sang by Tennessee Ernie Ford. I'm going to do my very best to sing it for you. Simply says, "Peace in the Valley." Well, I'm tired and so weary, but I must go along till the Lord comes and calls me away. Oh, yes, the morning is bright, for the Lamb is the light, and the night is as fair as the day. Oh, yes, there will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no troubles I'll see. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh yes. The bear will be gentle, and the wolf he will be tame, and the lion shall lay down by the lamb. Oh yes, the beast from the wild shall be led by a little child, and I will be changed from this creature that I am. Oh yes, there will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no troubles I'll see. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh yes, there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no troubles I'll see. There will be peace in the valley for me. For me. Peace in the Valley, a great Tennessee Ernie Ford song. I love that old music. Jordan's got a song that was #1 for Wilburn and Wilburn. And we need more people in America today that will stand up for what is right. You know, Jordan, we went down to Angola prison many times and on a mission trip and sang for the prisoners of Angola. And in that prison, they implemented the Bible, and now what was one of the worst and most bloody prisons in America is now one of the safest places to be. Isn't it something how when we return to the Bible that things look up? Things are positive. You see, Jesus Christ is about life. And life, He's a life giver. And what we've done is in America today, we've taken the Bible out of our schools. We've taken prayer out of our schools. We've pretty much just said, hey, you know, keep that Bible stuff out of our way. We don't want to listen to it. And I think it's all because people are convicted through the power and the words of God. Folks, today we need prayer back in our schools. I remember when I was a child, Miss McDonald, we'd draw a little piece of paper and we'd recite the Bible and in public school. And I'm so thankful I had that raising. Let me tell you, we have a song right here that says, "You asked him to leave." And this will tell you about what one old man had to say.
Special report on the 6 o'clock news. Another shooting in another school. 6 rounds fired, 3 lives lost. A gun in the wrong hand, oh what a cost. The whole town gathers as questions fly. Why God allowed 3 children to die? Then old Mr. Carter stepped forward and said, "Seems you've forgotten just what you did. God wasn't allowed in your school today, but you wanted it that way, didn't you? Not the one to blame. He didn't bring your pain. I say to you, He didn't cause this tragedy. He wasn't there. Remember, you asked Him to leave. Last night I had a terrible dream. There was violence and anger in the streets. No way to escape a world in distress. No houses of prayer, no peace, no rest. And those there among us who wanted God gone stood in confusion, wondering what went wrong. With the face in their hands, not sure what was next. I looked in their eyes and said, what did you expect? God wasn't allowed in your world today, but you wanted it that way, didn't you? God is not the one to blame. He didn't bring your pain. I say to you, He didn't cause this tragedy. He wasn't there. Remember, you asked Him to leave. No, He wasn't there. Remember, you asked Him to leave.
Get ready to set sail on the Music City Show Cruise, February 23rd to the 29th, 2020. Sailing to some breathtaking ports of call: Half Moon Cay, Bahamas, Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, and Grand Turk Island. Cabins on this trip of a lifetime start at just $698. 6 days at sea with your favorite Christian music artists: the Nealons, Jeff and Sherry Easter, the Irwins, the Music City Quartet, Jim and Melissa Brady, Michael English, the Jordan Family Band, Tim Lovelace, Wilburn and Wilburn, The Sound, Jeff Stice, Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy, and more. You'll enjoy Bible studies, daily concerts, songwriting sessions, and a piano-only sing-along, luxurious staterooms, an Opry night, and special VIP events. Don't miss out. The Music City Show Cruise, February 23rd to the 29th, 2020. Call and reserve your cabin today. 1-855-346-7735. Visit themusiccityshow.com and sail away with us on the Music City Show Cruise.
Was a life filled with aimless desperation, without hope, walked a share of a man. Then a hand with a nail print stretched downward. With one touch, a new life began, and the old rugged cross made the difference in a life bound for heartache and defeat. I will praise Him forever and ever, for the cross made the difference for me. Barren walls echoed harshness and anger. Little feet ran with terror to hide. Now those walls ring with love, warmth, and laughter, since the giver of life moved inside. There's a room filled with sad, ashen faces, without hope. Death has locked them in gloom. But at the sight of a saint, there's rejoicing, for life can be sealed in a tomb. Oh, and the old rugged cross, yes, made the difference, made a difference in me, in a life bound for heartache and defeat. I will praise Him forever and ever, for the cross made the difference for me. I will praise Him forever and ever. Yes, I will, Lord, for the cross made the difference for me. Thank God for me. Jesus Christ suffered it all for you and for me. a silhouette of sadness upon Golgotha's hill, a monument of mercy, the cross where Christ was killed, a symbol of his suffering, forever lifted high, an emblem of redeeming love for all mankind. My only hope, my only claim is Calvary's cross, Calvary's cross, and I glory in each crimson stain on Calvary's cross, Calvary's cross. For it was on that cross he died, the Lamb of God was crucified, the debt of sin was satisfied for all on Calvary's cross. When I see his battered body suspended even now, my shame upon his shoulders, my thorns upon his brow, the rugged tree that held him there becomes a sacred place. When I was lost, he made the cross into a bridge of grace. My only hope, my only claim is Calvary's cross. Amen. Calvary's cross, and I glory
Get ready to set sail on the Music City Show Cruise, February 23rd to the 29th, 2020. Sailing to some breathtaking ports of call: Half Moon Cay, Bahamas, Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, and Grand Turk Island. Cabins on this trip of a lifetime start at just $698. 6 days at sea with your favorite Christian music artists: the Nealons, Jeff and Sherry Easter, the Irwins, the Music City Quartet, Jim and Melissa Brady, Michael English, the Jordan Family Band, Tim Lovelace, Wilburn and Wilburn, The Sound, Jeff Stice, Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy, and more. You'll enjoy Bible studies, daily concerts, songwriting sessions, and a piano-only sing-along, luxurious staterooms, an Opry night, and special VIP events. Don't miss out. The Music City Show Cruise, February 23rd to the 29th, 2020. Call and reserve your cabin today. 1-855-346-7735. Visit themusiccityshow.com and sail away with us on the Music City Show Cruise.
Next, we have Wilburn and Wilburn live from the National Quartet Convention.
Yes, I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. Don't you know that I'm rich in faith and hope and love? I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir.
Now my father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. I believe I own at least one. I stand in amazement to see his face, knowing that I'm his son. Yes,
I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir.
I've a guardian angel, he's watching me. He'll go everywhere. But when I need my Father in heaven up above, I pray just a simple prayer. He has redeemed and forgiven me for all of my sins.
Oh, yes, he has.
He took me in. Now he's building me a mansion beyond compare. Hallelujah, I'm a millionaire.
I'm rich in faith and hope and love.
Come on.
I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. I'm rich in faith and hope and love. I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in glory, where I'm a rightful heir.
Everybody in this house that's rich in faith and hope and love, put your hands together. He has redeemed and forgiven me for all of my sins. He took me in. Now he's building me a mansion beyond compare. Hallelujah, I'm a millionaire.
I'm rich in faith and hope and love. Yeah, I got more than my share. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in the glory, where I'm a rightful heir. I'm rich in faith.
Hallelujah, I'm a rich heir. Lord, I got more than my share.
I'll be moving to my mansion just over in the glory, where I'm a rightful heir. I'll be moving to my mansion just over in the glory, where I'm a rightful heir.
One of these days, church, we're gonna be moving to a brand new mansion. Woo! Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Have a good time.
Well, let's all go down to the river. There's a man, he's a walking on the water. Well, I want you to come along with me. All I want to see is this man walking on the water.
Now he can raise the dead from the grave. He can change the water and turn it into wine. Well, he can make the lame walk. He can make the dumb talk and open up the eyes that were blind. the man at the river, and he's washing people's sins all away. Well, he can save your soul if you give him control, and be ready for that judgment day. Well, let's all go down to the river. There's a man, he's a walking on the water. Well, won't you come along with me? All I want to see is this man walking on the water. Come on, boy, well, let's all go down to the river.
Down to the river.
There's a man walking on the water.
Walking on the water.
Well, won't you come along with me? All I want to see is this man walking on the water. Come on, boy, well, let's all go down to the river.
Down to the river.
There's a man, he's walking on the water.
Walking on the water.
Well, won't you come along with me? All I want to see is this man walking on the water. Folks, Jesus Christ performed many great miracles, but the greatest miracle that I ever received was when he saved my soul. Amen. Let's all go down to the river.
Down to the river.
There's a man, he's walking on the water.
Walking on the water, Lord.
To come along with me. All I want to see is this man walking on. This man walking on. I want to see this man walking on the water. Hey, I want to see this man take on Jesus. Yes, I do. Woo! Thank you for tuning in once again, and until next time, you be blessed.
Thank you for listening to Singin' Down South with Jonathan Wilburn. More information about your host is available at jonathanwilburn.com.